Hello, I hope you've had a good week. It's been a dry but cold, quite bitterly cold on some days this week. There has been a bit of a stiff breeze on some days, so yes, that cuts straight through you. And it's not gone much above sort of 4 in the day. I've got a little bit of a tickle in the throat, so you have to excuse me. Well, I've had some deliveries this week, so I'll start with the first one, which is two more of these sensor lights. You'll see in one of my previous blogs, I talked about these sensor lights, and they're solar panelled, so that there's no batteries, there's no electric involved. And you know, if you can harness the sun, it's free power. I'm all for that. Environmentally friendly, also part of a self-sufficiency, where you're not relying on an electric company to supply power to your outside lights. They come with a little handset which can alter the settings on the lights. I say they're motion censored, so that if I want to keep them on, I can use the handset to keep them on all the time. There's about three, I think three, possibly 4 different settings. So I'll run through putting these up next week on my blog, and show you how I set them up from start to finish, and how I set them in the evening. The other delivery I got was seeds. Now, I've already done one seed sowing video this month, but this is the seeds I'm going to be sowing next week. You may say, why are you sowing seeds this early? Well, because you can. Simple as that. Because you can. And why not? If we can sow seeds and it makes us feel better, it's good for the mind, it's good for the stimulation of the mind, which aids the body, then go for it. I'm all for it. It gives me happiness, makes me smile, and yes, get it going, get the seeds going. March is coming rapidly, and first day of spring is coming very rapidly now, so get a jump start. Right, the first I'm going to run through is cabbage. Now, I've decided to use Kiloton. Now, I've not used Kiloton before. There's 20 seeds in this packet. It can be grown February to May, and it's frost hardy. So obviously it needs protection. Everything with frost hardy needs protection when it's a seedling, when it's young. As it gets older, then yes, it can take the frosts. But that's the seed there. Now, I get the seeds from Simply Seeds. In the past, I've used various different seed companies, but the one I've found which really does what it says is Simply Seeds. I find that I get a good quantity of seeds, I get good germination and good results. Now, I say this 20 seeds in this cabbage Kiloton. Look at their website, you'll find all these, and it'll give you all the details and such. And they're not, they're not massively expensive. They're reasonably priced, about the same as Fothergills and Marshalls and such, which in some places can be very pricey. So the other ones I'm going to be starting is cauliflower, all year round, as it says, all year round. So these you can sow from March to May, but I normally start sowing them in the end of February, the end of January. 250 seeds, so well worth giving it a go. I'll be sowing, everything is sown successionally. Either every other week I put a sowing in, or once a month I do a sowing. Lettuce, Little Gem. Little Gem is a lettuce that I grew up with. You know, my dad used to grow it, and it's, well, to me it's a real little standby lettuce. 500 seeds, February to July. It's frost hardy there again, so perfect for the job. The other is, of course, a fairly standard standby with a lot of allotments and gardens, which is perpetual spinach. Now, with Simply Seeds, you get 200 seeds. It's a frost hardy knot, so therefore be careful when you grow it. I normally start off in the greenhouse this time of year, and then once I get past or into the end of March, I'll take chance and grow outside. Now, our last frost date normally in North Shropshire is around about the first week of May. So you do need to be careful with frosts, and make note of what is and isn't frost hardy. So I use a thick fleece, garden fleece, and cover it with thick garden fleece, but in January through to mid-February I'll be growing it in the greenhouse. The next is salad leaf. Now I'm using mesclun mixed. I've not used these before, so I'll be quite interested as to how they work. They're frost hardy if given protection, and there's 1,000 seeds. Now, Simply Seeds are really generous, you know, with a lot of their seeds. 1,000 seeds is going to be, you know, you don't just grow one, you grow a sprinkling. I try to sort of grow, you know, sort of 10, maybe 12 in one go, and I'll grow these every week. I sow them. Parsley, moss curled. I love parsley. I love putting it into, cutting it up into salads, having with fish, a whole range of different things I use parsley for. And this is the moss curl, which is a fairly standard 500 seeds. It's not frost hardy, so it's one for the greenhouse, but towards the summer it can go outside once we get past that first week of May, past our last frostbite date. The next is leek, musselburgh. I grow musselburgh. Now, these are frost hardy, good old standby. March to June, but I find that you can, you know, start them off this time of year. And there again, I'm going to grow these in potato grow bags, purely because you can earth them up easier. You haven't got to worry about them being in the ground. And in the past, when I had the allotment, I found that growing them in grow bags, you didn't get so much of the leaf of the, you know, leek pest that eats into the stem and the leaf. Made life a lot nicer and a lot happier, and you weren't, oh my god, it's been, you know, bored into and eaten away by leek fly. The next is a kale. Now I like kale. I like the young leaves. Now this is a salad leaf kale, which is red rhubarb. So you can pick these and put them with salad. So think about a nice salad. You've got parsley, you've got the mesclun mixed salad leaf, and you've got a lovely red rhubarb kale mixed with some perpetual, you know, baby perpetual spinach leaves. Marvellous. Then, now, this is the nice thing. Add to that some pea shoots. Yes, pea shoots. Now, I bought from Simply Seeds pea shoot 4018. That's, now you get 675 seeds in this. You can sow vertically all year round. You can grow them indoors in pots or trays. You have to remember they're not frost hardy. These are not peas that you can put outside. And you just, as they grow, just clip the tops, and hopefully, you know, they'll just keep going and you just keep clipping the tops and mix up the salad. Now that is a salad that's going to be really tasty. I've also brought to go with that, because I thought, well, whoops, I just dropped the lid on the floor. Is that enough? Is that going to be enough? So, thinking to myself, no, I'm just lifting these out. I have brought 400 grams of pea shoot 4019. They're basically the same as the 4018, but with a slight difference in that these are growers packs, so I know I'm definitely not going to run out of pea shoots. I've also bought 2 packs, so I bought one for my niece as well, to take down to her so she can grow some pea shoots for salad leaves as well. Carrots, early Nance, 500 seeds, and they'll be grown in potato bags. And I've also bought Juice Provence. If I don't speak French, so if my French is a bit not correct, you'll have to excuse me. There's 200 seeds in this packet, and yes, I'll be growing these off in gutters in the greenhouse, and then once they're growing in gutters, I'll put them outside. I may also, in fact I will, I'm also going to grow some in large hanging baskets. I've not done it before, but it has been recommended to me that why not give it a go. So yeah, exactly, give it a go, see what happens, see the difference between grown in the ground and grown in hanging baskets. If they're grown in hanging baskets, they will need feeding, but that's going to be a later video I'll be doing. But yes, I'm going to be starting these off next week, and see how we go on that. That's basically the goodies for me this week. There are some other stuff which I'll be growing, but I'm going to be doing a massive seed sowing video next week, and you'll see everything I've got started off. There's no movement yet on my broad beans or my peppers, but as I say, it's been very cold. I think I'm going to bring them in. Last year I brought them all in, had them on the table here, and in the warmth, and they all got going really well. In fact, they got going so well that I was too well ahead of myself, and the allotment that I had at the time was literally covered in nothing but fleece, and basically clotches, etc., to keep the frost off of anything. So yes, the job I've done, the main job I've done this week, is one which I've been meaning to do for a long time, and it turned into, I'm not going to say a pain, but in a way it was a bit of a nightmare, and that was to deconstruct my greenhouse. Oh, you may be saying, what a thing to do. Well, I thought if I don't do it now, once all these seeds are starting to sprout and they're big enough to be put in the greenhouse, I've got no chance at all. So you'll see in the video that I've done, I've taken the greenhouse apart and rebuilt it. Now, I ordered some new glass clips and the little said clips that hold the pane, one pane above the other. They came too late. I couldn't wait. They came this morning. So yes, not a waste of time, because what I'll do, I'll replace the spring clips, clip the glass to the frame. I'll replace them, and with the new ones, take the old ones off, replace with the new ones. I bought 2 packs. There again, 1 pack will go down to my niece down in mid Wales to her little small holding which her and her husband have bought. It's only 2 acres and it's on a slope. It's halfway up a mountain, but she's going to give it a go on, you know, with the veg and some chickens, etc. But when I go down, I'll be going down on a regular basis to help her out, and you'll see the videos of how that progresses over the course of the year. Going back to the greenhouse, yes, as I say, the greenhouse became quite a big chore, and I've got sore fingers from putting the spring clips in. They're not very user friendly. Luckily no cuts from the glass. I did lose some panes of glass and I will have to buy some more, but we'll get to that in the video. So why don't I put you over now to the video and you can see how it went. I'm all togged up today, nice and warm. Got my jumper underneath and a t-shirt under that, and this one here, it's quite cold out there today again, about 4 degrees. So what I started this morning was take the greenhouse apart, believe it or not. Took everything out, started taking all the glass off. Got all the top roof off, the 2 sides. Not sure about the ends because they've unfortunately been masticed in. And I don't know if I can get the glass off, but I'm going to give it a go. Unfortunately, that's life. The footage I took this morning, I've come in to make a chai tea. It's not there, it's gone. My camera on my phone has lost the footage this morning. So what I do, take you out there again. I'm going to have a look at the 2 ends to see just how feasible it is to get the glass off without breaking. I'm not sure if it's going to work, and it's going to make a real difficulty trying to move it. If it breaks, it breaks. I just have to buy a load of new glass. I want to turn it round. It's never been in the right place. I've never been happy with it. So I'm going to lift it up, move it around, but I really could do with it being empty. So come on outside and we'll have a look and see what we can do. I'll meet you outside. Well, that's the state of the greenhouse. But I'm going to put you on the you're on the tripod. I'm going to put you on the table and see if we can do something with taking the rest of this greenhouse apart.
I think you can see how difficult it is. I don't think you want to watch me take all this apart, or try to. I'll catch you when I've done it. Well, the greenhouse has been turned around. This setup was left last night. The roof's on, one side is on, part of the back. I got put a new middle sheet in the back, and I've got to get some new sheets for this side. But Bo's come back out to be with me today. He's looking to see if he's going to get a treat already, but he's just had one. He's got to wait now for another one. But yeah, so I'm going to get on with this, and I'll show you when I've got some more sorted out in a moment. I've got to do some work around here. It's all got to be cleaned down. I need to put some board in there, and maybe along there, and get the bottom sections sealed in. I've got new shoots coming up on the bananas, which have been in the greenhouse already. There's a load more over there. These are the ones that are outside. Just shows a difference on a bit of protection to the ones that are left outside. These are dyed right down to the roots. These should carry on shooting from that height, so they should be quite a good height. That's the old twin wall sheet roofing sheets. Definitely had their day. They're about well, they can't be more than 5 years old, so I'm a bit disappointed. They're supposed to last a lot longer. Well, that's 5 years, so catch you again in a moment. Right, well, I've done as much as I can with the greenhouse until I get the new glass for here and that centre panel there. But I've got the bananas back in, all fleeced up with 30mg fleece, and I've got the broad beans back in, and some other overwintering plants. I've got the door back on. This is good. Now, this greenhouse was a salvage job. It was neglected, etc. The glass that I got wasn't the right glass that came with it, so that's why it's such a job. But yes, and the bottom door guide doesn't work, so I've had to make a guide. So that's up now. Now I'm going to attempt to try and dig this area over, remembering that this area along here was a slate path. I'm having the path so it comes around the back where Bo is, comes around the back to the seat, comes back here, and then out here. I'll put some slabs here because of the difference in the level. The sedums, which I love, the sedums, I'm going to leave there. The olive there is going to be moved. That'll most probably go down there. So yes, I'm going to try and dig this old flint path, this old slate path. I'm going to have to do something weird because the slate's down there about 3 or 4 inches, so I have to build the soil up and bring it back up. So yes, right, I'll catch you again in a minute. Right, well, I managed to dig at least that section of slate path out, and I managed to dig this section over here. I run into problems now because I've still got that bit of slate path to dig out, but here, this section, unfortunately, I'm going to have a pathway along there so I can get to that raised bed. But this section here, unfortunately, it's got some tree roots running along the surface, and they come from them. Two big, very old silver birches. Lovely for the wrens, lovely for other birds to nest in, but a pain for the gardener. That bed there had to be raised 6 inches, and I'll just carry on raising that by putting a mulch on it every year. And I've taken some of the slate and put down here, which I've dug out from here, and mulch the blackcurrants. I'm going to get one more blackcurrant, and I've 3 patches here, 1, 2, and then this will be the third, where the olives came from. Now I'd like to get some more fruit. I've got 3 black currants and I'm going to get 1 more. So I think in the 3 gaps I've got there, I think I'll get some red currants and put there. Yeah, some red currants and put there. They should be okay there. Plenty of light, plenty of room, and I like red currants. I'm going to leave that banana there. That won't grow any higher than about 5 feet every year, for as long as it lasts. And everything will want mulching. It's all going to be raked out and levelled off properly. But that's near enough it for today. I think I might get the mulch out and put a bit of mulch down first. So I think I'll do that. Right, well, that's the garlic bed mulched. I like to tuck them in for the really cold weather that we're supposed to get some. So it's a chicken bedding, rapeseed, which has been shredded right down, and I find no problem with seeds. I've never had any problem with seeds. I've been using it now for about 10 years and had no problems, no weeds coming through, and it's as it rots down underneath, it gets pulled into the soil by the worms and the other microorganisms and soil life, and it feeds the soil as well, helps to build up. I've also done where I've got the rhubarb. That's where I've got the rhubarb is here. So I like to give them a bit of a tucking in, as they're just beginning now to start thinking about growing. And where I've got the bird feeders, because they make a bit of a mess on the floor, I put some down on the floor as well to keep it tidy. So with that, I think I'm going to start putting stuff away. It's now 3 o'clock according to the church. Time to have a cup of tea and maybe even get something to eat, as I've not even had any dinner yet. That's the trouble, you get started and you get carried away. I'll catch you next week, and stay safe, stay well. If you like, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Any comments you want to leave, please leave some comments, ask any questions. I'll just give you a quick show of what the bedding is. Right, that's the bedding. As you can see, it's dust extracted, chopped rate straw, and it contains eucalyptus, which also helps to make it smell nice as well. So until late next week, stay safe, stay well. Thank you very much.